I felt like I knew how to do everything. So even when it came to like learning how to build a website and all that, and I did that, and I built my first website, I started to realize, okay, well, a next level, right? Like I do want a storefront. I want to move up. I want these types of things. So how am I going to get there? I need to be around people who are at a different level than me, get myself a mentor. So I did that. And funny enough was pretty shortly after getting involved with her, she did like a hot seat. And it was a hot seat on your website, I'm pretty sure. And I submitted, I want to get the hot seat because I felt so good. I couldn't wait for her to look at my website, right? Because I'm feeling like hot.
I mastered.
Yeah, I'm the best of them. I can't wait for her to look at this and be like, "You're a newbie business owner, so good." Right? So I'm like put all the sob story stuff. So she picks me, right? And she did. So I get the hot seat. I'm so excited. And we're doing this live thing, and we're in this group. And she goes on my website, and I don't remember how, why, when, or where, but pretty quickly, she's off my website and going into my social media. Now, I'm not ready for my social media. She's supposed to be looking at my website, right? So she goes into, maybe it was my Instagram, maybe it was Facebook, one or the other, it doesn't really matter, but just up one side and down the other of how it was horrible vomit. And I felt good, maybe not as good about my social media, but still pretty good. And definitely really good about my website. So she, just tells me all the horrible things about why my social media is a mess. There's no branding, there's no message, there's no clarity, there's no this, there's no that. And then she looks at my website for all of 2 seconds and basically does the same thing. My website that I feel like is so great, right? Like I built a website.
And you're not a web designer,
no,
but you did it.
I did it, right? It's interactive. You could do stuff on it. And she's telling me this is crap.
Our first website was designed by her, too.
Yeah.
It was built by her.
Yeah,
I couldn't afford, so I went to YouTube and I learned how to do it. And I did it.
And you did it. And it
worked for a while, but then I had to upgrade and hire a professional to upgrade.
Before I got there, I redid again. But even those things like being open, to learn, to try new things, to be open to someone who maybe has been where you want to be, who gives you a piece of advice. I know sometimes I, too, had resistance with that, like, oh, come on, I know how to do this. I'm making money. Yeah, but, it was like, so that also helped me with that particular mentor, helped me to flip the switch and stop being an employee in my business and step into becoming a business owner. So that was a really pivotal point. That became the change place into moving into a storefront, right? So me on my little bicycle would ride a couple miles out of my way almost every day. And I made up this little song I would sing to my son and how the shop was mine. I would sing, and I would sing it all the way over, and I would look like a stalker in the windows at this shop that at the time it wasn't closed. It was still open. It was a bridal studio at the time. And I would just peek in like a weirdo. And sometimes there'd be people in there, and I wouldn't open the door. I'd just be like, oh, that shop's mine.
You're dreaming about it,
yeah,
right?
I was manifesting. And it is. So I did end up getting it. It took months to negotiate the lease. I mean, even that was a learning thing, to understand. You and I had some conversations about that. Commercial real estate is really different than renting an apartment, so all learning there. But, that helped. It was like another major pivot point to have everything in line with my brand, with the message, with who it was that I was reaching out to, like who is that, what I refer to as my guest of dreams, my God, who is she? And really getting fine-tuned on that so that everything, when you looked at my social media presence, when you looked at my website, when you looked in the store, that everything had the same message.